We're here for the special shir for the Yom Tov of Purim, which is coming our way in just 2 days. So this week we're going to give the shir early since Thursday night. We don't know what kind of state and where everybody will be with their Purim Sudas and things like that. So we're going to give our Purim shir now, and we hope that you'll be able to take some good lessons out of it. You'll be able to learn something for the Yom Tov of Purim. And we're actually making sure to say the shir early, so this year we can pay attention and prepare ourselves for what is really an extremely holy and powerful day. And a day that would be a real shame to waste. And while some people may miss many of the actual Purim messages, and sometimes we forget what the actual Purim idea is, things that are there for us. But there's one thing that I'm pretty sure that everybody here and everyone is familiar with, and that is the Gemara Masechta Megillah, Daf Zayin Amud Beis. The Gemara says, very famous thing, which everybody of course knows, Chayav inish levesume beporia. Person supposed to get very happy. Person supposed to get, today we say it, person supposed to get high, supposed to get drunk. Ad delo yada ben or haman lebarach Mordechai. That a person is supposed to get so happy on Purim that he doesn't know the difference between the fact that Haman is supposed to be cursed and Mordechai HaTzadik is supposed to be blessed. And if you think about it, and it's probably the first step toward having yourself a successful Purim is to think, and to think about things. And if you think about it, this is a really pretty unbelievable part and aspect of Purim. Let's think about this for a moment. We know, or at least we should know, that Purim is a Yom Gadol v'Kadosh Ad Ma'od. Purim is an extremely high and holy day. And Purim, if you look throughout Chazal, look throughout Shas, look throughout Halacha, Purim is compared to so many different things. Purim is first of all compared to Yom HaKippurim. Purim is like Yom Kippur. Purim is compared to Matan Torah. Purim is a time of Mechias HaMolech. There are so many different things. Purim has of course the great mitzvah of tzedakah, kol ha-poshet yad nois nimloi. Purim is an extremely high and holy day in so many different ways. And we would think that when you get all these aspects together, and we put together Yom Kippur, that Purim is compared to, Matan Torah, Mechias HaMolech, and Tzedakah, in addition to all the other high levels that we can actually reach on Purim, I would think quite the contrary. I would think that Purim would require tremendous Yishuv Hadas, that a person should do everything in a calm and very methodical way. It requires methodical thoughtfulness. And here we go ahead and we say that Chayav inish levesumi beporia, be so happy and just lose it. That seems to be a little contrary to what we are saying about Purim. To lose oneself on Purim, very strange. I mean, I'm sure you all agree with that question. I just told you, Purim is so many great things, and here we are telling you to lose yourself. I would think you should sit down, prepare for a few days before, make a cheshbon, how am I going to accomplish all these great things on Purim? Yet, we say, Chayav inish levesumi beporia. How do we reconcile those things? So Nesivos Shalom gives a beautiful answer, al derech ha'avoda. And the Nesivos Shalom derives his answer from the word that is used, Chayav inish levesume beporia. It does not say that a person should become drunk on Purim. The Maimer Chazal doesn't say that you should do something with wine. It doesn't say that. What it does say, says in Nesivos Shalom, is that a person should be delirious, chayav inish levesume bipuria, that a person should become delirious just from the holiness of the Yontiv and the opportunities of Purim. Before you get into doing anything on Purim, the Lashon of Chayav Inish Levesume Bipuria is telling you that just the amount that you can accomplish and the thought of everything that surrounds and goes with this holy Yontif, all that should make a person just lose their mind. How am I even going to begin? How am I going to accomplish all of this? All these tremendous opportunities on the Yontif of Purim. A person can reach for on Purim and accomplish kapara, like Yom Kippurim. There's a Kinyan Torah, a person could be Kaina Torah, Chesed, Tzedakah, so much more, Bein Adam Lachaveroi, Bein Adam Lamakayim. So what we are on Purim is that we are drunk and we're delirious from all these holy opportunities. That Chayav Inish Levesume, what? Bipuria, I don't know what to do with all these unbelievable high things that I could do on Purim. We don't know what to do with ourselves, and that is the type of drunk that a person has to approach. That's the type of losing your mind that a person has to approach Purim with, that we're happy and we're overjoyed and we're drunk bipuria, just with the thought, the yontif of Purim itself. And what a beautiful and important thought that is, how we could focus and give us a different perspective of the yontif that we're coming up with. We want to speak very practically for a moment that if we prepare ourselves before Purim, now we're a couple of days before Purim, then we can actually organize our thoughts on our day so we don't miss the great opportunities that Purim is actually going to present to us. That we're more organized, and it's that way with everything in life, that if you're prepared and you put yourself together and you're organized and you think about it, you're going to be able to get more or everything in. We use the time on Purim to be mispalel for the important things in life, and the real important things in life, not the things that the corrupt world and culture around us has told us and informs us to focus on. We think we come to Purim, so you're asking for all these things that the world tells you are important. You're missing an opportunity. You're missing the opportunity to grow so much in your relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and in your relationship with your fellow man. And the Yetzer Hara that wants us, the Yetzer Hara wants us to lose sight of where we need to go and what we need to do on Purim. And Nesivos Shalom says another thought too about this chayiv inish levesume bipuria ad lo yoda, until you don't know bein or Haman lebaruch Mordechai. And Nesivos Shalom says that we need to realize, especially on Purim, and it's become a little easier for those of us, right, who have lived through the past couple of years of the world totally going totally crazy. But we need to realize, especially on Purim, that we really have no idea and we really don't understand at all the ways and the hisnagus of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because we need to be makir, we need to realize that we think we know what is Oror and what is Baruch. And this is one of the big lessons that we need to learn on Purim. That we actually have no idea what in Hashem's eyes is Oror and what is Baruch. But really, if you think about it, sometimes the greatest people that you know and the greatest accomplishments, they come from things and people that we ourselves have totally written off. We thought this person will never amount to anything, this thing will never be anything, this situation will never bring about anything. We wrote them off. We wrote them off and we decided that this is totally Oror. And we know from the Oror of Haman what came out. Kimu v'kiblu HaYehudim. We makabel the Torah again from the Oror of Haman. So on Purim we tell you, Chayav inish levesume, you're supposed to lose sight of what is Oror and what is Baruch, the people and the things and all those things and people that you judged and you wrote off. They might just be a lot better than you thought. And they might be a lot better than you. Everybody else that we write off around us, because it's an impossible thing. No one writes themselves off. I mean, most people do not write themselves. It's much easier to say this person's that, this person is this. I look down at this person for this thing, and I look down at this other person for the other thing. But when it comes to Purim, the lesson is that Chayav Inish L'Besume, until we realize that we have no idea what in Hashem's eyes is really good and what is really Oror. We don't understand. And we have the opportunity to stop judging people, to stop judging things, that the holy day of Purim shows us that it's all about the will and the ratzon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we have to look at the world, so to speak, and realize that what we see with our eyes, and we see through our eyes, is definitely not what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is seeing. So we have to put that all aside, ad lo yoda, until we realize that we as people, we have no idea. It's not what we see and what we think. So let us really use this Purim to grow in Bein Adam Lachaveroi, in Bein Adam Lamokayim. Use the Purim, try to daven well, try to focus, try to learn on Purim, try to say Tehillim on Purim, use the Yontif. Don't miss out, don't miss another year of a day that can bring you Kapara and Schusim and Kinyan Torah and mitzvahs and all these kind of things that a person really should be thinking about all the time. Looking for ways to grow, looking for ways to bring bracha to yourself. And it would be a shame, we always say it, that when you come to a yontif, it's like you're going, you don't want it to be like you're going into a tunnel and you come out on the other side and you don't even remember the road. You don't even remember how you did it. The idea is to focus and to look and understand that Chayav Inish L'Besume B'Poria, first we have to become drunk with the opportunity. We don't know how great this, we can't even be masig how great this opportunity is, and that alone has to make us delirious. Hashem, thank you for this opportunity, for all the things that we really could accomplish on Purim. And after that, we also have to understand that when we say Ad lo yoda, we have to understand that we don't know anything. We don't know anything. We certainly realize that in controlling the world, in controlling what goes on in the world, in controlling even our own lives, we've gotten to see what people are capable of. We got to see really how people who normally would be much more arrogant are realizing that we have no control. Ad lo yada, we have no control. We don't understand the ways of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we certainly don't understand what HaKadosh Baruch Hu thinks of our friend or somebody else around us. Let's learn these lessons of Purim. Let's take them over the next couple of days. Tomorrow night is Purim already. Purim will be on Thursday this year. We're ready. We're looking forward to growing, and that every single one of us should come out better people from this Purim.